Secretary, do you think the United States should continue supporting Ukraine in its fight against Russia, a nation that is hostile towards the United States?
Well, as you know, sir, President Trump is committed to peace.
No, I just want yes or no answers. Today,
the United States has spent billions of dollars.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
Over years.
Just yes or no. Can I get a yes or no out of you?
We continue to send
Come on.
presidential drawdown.
It's that easy. Kindergartners can give me a yes or no. Yes or no.
Yes, we support peace in Ukraine.
Come on. Is this really leadership? You're an embarrassment to the United States.
When Congressman Salud Carbajal stepped into that hearing room, he wasn't there to posture. He wasn't there to trade polite Washington phrases that sugarcoat dysfunction. He walked in carrying something heavier, the weight of a Marine veteran who has seen what force is supposed to be used for, and who refuses to let the military be turned into a political stage prop. And the moment he faced Pete Hegseth, every shred of patience evaporated.
As a gentleman from California, Mr. Carbajal.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It shouldn't come as no surprise that I have serious concerns with both the deployment of the National Guard and the Marines to Los Angeles. I served in the Marine Corps. We are trained to be war fighters, not for crowd control. Everyone here should be alarmed that the President has sent armed forces into a city against the wishes of a governor and mayor. I am concerned this administration is purposely escalating the situation with this step and politicizing our armed forces in the process. Let's call it for what it is. It's political theater. Hegseth, are the Marines in Los Angeles ordered to protect property by any means necessary?
Sir, I would say the ICE officers and police officers being attacked is not political theater. The National Guard and Marines,
just yes or no. Just yes or no.
The National Guard and Marines have the full authority to protect federal ICE agents.
Yes or no?
Federal buildings.
Can you just say yes or no? This isn't Fox anymore. Just yes or no.
They're there to protect federal agents and federal.
Another BS answer. Under the SRUF, the use of force, are Marines allowed to fire warning shots?
No.
Now that's more like it. Isn't that easy? Well, you know, I'm going to beat this drum because you refuse to take responsibility. Will you take responsibility for having made a mistake, not to mention many people would say break the law, in participating in the Signal group chat that included a journalist, your wife, your brother, where classified information was shared?
Sir, every way I communicate is authorized. Every way
okay, if you want to say that. I have called for your resignation. I didn't think you were qualified before your confirmation, and you have done nothing to inspire confidence in your ability to lead competently. You broke the law in sharing classified information, and in doing so, endangered the lives of our service members that you are responsible for. Your inability to hold yourself accountable makes you incapable to lead. This alone makes you unfit to be the Secretary of Defense. Secretary, do you think the United States should continue supporting Ukraine in its fight against Russia, a nation that is hostile towards the United States?
Well, as you know, sir, President Trump is committed to peace.
No, I just want yes or no answers. Today,
the United States has spent billions of dollars.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
Over years.
Just yes or no. Can I get a yes or no out of you?
We continue to send.
Come on.
Presidential drawdown.
It's that easy. Kindergartners can give me a yes or no. Yes or no.
Yes, we support peace in Ukraine.
Come on. Is this really leadership? You're an embarrassment to the United States. If Russia invades NATO allies, are you going to recommend to the president that we fulfill our Article 5 obligations?
Well, Russia has not invaded NATO allies.
No.
President Trump
No. I reclaim my time. Yes or no? It's that simple.
There's Article 5 in NATO, which we recognize.
So is the answer yes or no?
That's what Article 5 is, yes.
Good. I'm glad you brought yourself to saying yes. Do you think political allegiance to Trump is a requirement for serving our nation, either in uniform or a civilian in the department?
I'm incredibly proud, as are millions of Americans.
No. Not today, Hegseth. Yes or no?
Congressman, you know what a silly question that is.
But silly enough
fidelity
to
the
warrant a
Constitution.
very straightforward answer. Yes or no?
We all support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
You know
We're
what?
proud to support
I'm not going to
President
waste
Trump.
my time anymore. You're not worthy of my attention or my questions. You're an embarrassment to this country. You're unfit to lead. And there's been bipartisan members of Congress that have called for your resignation. You should just get the hell out and let somebody competently lead this department.
Mr. Chairman, do we not have any decorum in here?
Thank you very much. I yield my time.
Gentleman yields back. And I would urge everybody to remember and maintain a decorum suitable for this chamber with their further comments.
Carbajal begins by reminding everyone of
Thank
something
you, Mr.
Washington
Chairman.
forgets far too
It shouldn't
easily.
come as no
Marines are
surprise
trained
that I
for
have
war,
serious concerns
not for
with both
controlling
the
crowds
deployment
in an
of the
American
National Guard
city.
and the
Deploying them
Marines
to Los
to
Angeles
Angeles.
against the wishes of the
I served
governor
in the
and the
Marine
mayor
Corps.
doesn't just
We are
raise
trained to be
eyebrows.
warfighters,
It crosses a line
not
that
for
every military
crowd control.
professional understands
Everyone here
instinctively.
should be alarmed that
The
the
military
president has
is
sent
not a substitute
armed
for local
forces
governance. It is
into
not
a
a tool
city
for
against the
political
wishes of a
optics.
governor
And when a
and mayor.
president deploys federal
I'm
force
concerned
into a
this
city that
administration
doesn't
is
want it,
purposely
something foundational
escalating the
breaks.
situation with this
But
step
Hegseth tries
and
the same evasive
politicizing our
playbook
armed
we've seen from
forces
him
in the
throughout these
process.
hearings.
Let's call
Instead
it
of
for
yes
what
or
it
no
is. It's
answers,
political
which
theater.
Carbajal demands with
Hegseth,
relentless precision,
are the Marines
Hegseth
in
offers
Los
political
Angeles
fog,
ordered to
broad
protect
statements,
property by
deflections,
any means
implications
necessary?
that the National Guard and Marines are simply responding to threats against federal
Sir, I would say
agents.
the ICE
All of it
officers and
carefully
police officers
packaged to
being
avoid
attacked is not
accountability.
political theater.
Carbajal
The
refuses to let him
National
hide
Guard
behind
Just
it.
yes or no.
And
Just
every
yes
time
or no.
Hegseth tries to slip
The
back into
National
cable
Guard
news style
and Marines
commentary,
have the full authority
Carbajal
to
snaps
protect
him back to
federal
reality.
ICE agents.
This isn't
Yes or
Fox
no?
anymore.
Just-
That
can you
line
just say
alone
yes or
cuts
no?
deeper
This
than the
isn't
calm tone
Fox
suggests,
anymore.
because it marks
Just
the
yes or
difference
no.
between entertainment politics and actual
there
governance,
to protect
between
federal
talking
agents and
points
federal-
and
Another
truth, between a
BS
Secretary
answer.
of Defense who is
Under the
supposed to uphold
SRUF,
law and a television
the use
personality
of
suddenly in
force
charge of the
are
Pentagon.
Marines allowed
Then
to fire
Carbajal goes
warning
for the
shots?
heart of the matter, responsibility, not in theory,
that's
not in
more like it.
abstract,
Isn't that
but
easy?
responsibility tied to an
Well, you
actual
know,
scandal.
I'm gonna beat this
Hegseth's
drum
participation
because
in a
you
private
refuse to
signal
take
chat where
responsibility.
classified information was
Will you
shared with
take
individuals who had no
responsibility for having
clearance,
made a
including a
mistake?
journalist, his
Not to
wife,
mention
and
many
his
people
brother.
would say break the law
Carbajal forces him
in
to face it
participating
directly.
in the
No
signal group
excuses,
chat
no rhetoric,
that
just the
included
plain reality
a
that
journalist,
mishandling classified
your
information
wife,
isn't a
your
footnote.
brother,
It's a
where
national
classified
security
information
breach.
was shared.
And when Hegseth insists he followed
Sir,
the
every
rules,
way I
Carbajal lays
communicate
down the
is
blunt
authorized.
truth. You broke the law. You endangered
Oh,
service
okay, if you
members,
wanna say
and you
that.
have shown you are
I have
incapable
called
of
for your
leading the
resignation.
institution you've
I
been
didn't think you
entrusted
were
with.
qualified before
It's
your
not partisan.
confirmation.
It's not dramatic.
You have done
It's the
nothing
kind of statement that comes
to
from someone who
inspire confidence
understands
in
the
your
stakes
ability
of
to
military
lead
leadership
competently.
because he's lived
You
it.
broke the law in
Then
sharing
comes the sequence
classified
that reveals
information, and
everything
in
about the
doing
current
so,
state of leadership.
endangered the lives
Carbajal
of our
tries to get
service
simple
members
yes or no
that you are
commitments on
responsible
issues that
for.
should not be complicated.
Your inability to hold
Supporting
yourself
Ukraine,
accountable
honoring
makes
Article
you
5 if Russia
incapable
attacks
to
a NATO
lead.
ally, rejecting the idea
lead.
that loyalty to a single
This alone
political
makes
figure
you
determines
unfit
one's fitness to
be the
serve the United
Secretary of
States.
Defense.
Every question is straightforward. Every
Secretary, do
question
you
is
think the
grounded
United
in
States should
constitutional
continue
duty.
supporting
Yet
Ukraine in
Hegseth
its
dances
fight
around them
against
with rehearsed
Russia,
ambiguity,
a nation
as if
that is
answering
hostile
clearly
towards
would
the United
violate
States?
some unwritten political loyalty
as you know,
test.
sir, President Trump
And as
is
each
committed to
non-answer
peace.
piles
No,
up,
I just want yes or
Carvajal's
no
frustration
answers.
turns into something
Today,
heavier.
to spend
The
billions of
realization that this
dollars.
is
Yes or
not
no?
a misunderstanding,
Yes or no?
not a
Yes,
communication
yes or no?
issue, but a failure
get
of
a yes or
leadership
no
at
out
its
of you?
core.
We continue
The
to
turning
send-
point comes when
Come on.
Carbajal flatly
Residential
calls him
drawdowns.
what
It's that
millions
easy.
watching were thinking.
Kindergartners can
You're
give
an
me a yes or
embarrassment
no.
to this
Yes
country.
or no?
Not because of ideology, not because of
Yes, we
party,
support
but
peace
because
in
the
Ukraine.
job demands moral courage, clarity, and independence.
Is
And
this
Hegseth
really
displayed
leadership?
none of the three. When Carbajal ends by saying Hegseth
You're
isn't
an
worthy of his
embarrassment to the
questions,
United
it lands with
States.
more force than any insult. Because a
Russia
hearing room
invades
only
NATO
functions when
allies,
leaders respect the
are
responsibility
you
that
gonna
comes
recommend
with
to the
answering to the
president that we
American
fulfill
people.
our Article
If
5
that breaks,
obligations?
everything breaks.
Well,
This
Russia has
exchange
not
wasn't just
invaded NATO
tense.
allies.
It wasn't just dramatic.
I just, you
President
it
Trump-
illuminated
No,
the deeper
no,
danger
no, no.
unfolding in real
I reclaim
time.
my time.
What
Yes
happens when
or no?
military power is politicized,
that simple.
when basic duties become
There's
partisan
Article 5 in
gambles,
NATO, which
and when
we
the people
recognize.
entrusted with national security
is the
treat
answer yes or no?
constitutional obligations as optional.
That's what Article 5
If you
is,
want
yes.
more commentary that cuts through the noise,
Good.
reveals
I'm
the
glad
stakes
you
behind the
brought
headlines,
yourself to
and
saying
exposes
yes.
the truth beneath political theater,
Do you
make
think
sure you stick
political allegiance
around,
to Trump is a
subscribe,
requirement
share,
for
and stay
serving our
informed.
nation,
Because
either in
understanding these
uniform
moments
or
is how we hold
a
power
civilian in the
accountable, no
department?
matter who holds the microphone, no
I'm
matter
incredibly
who.
proud